Brady, is this calm before the storm or storm before the insanity?
Yeah, well, what I said after the other game, I'm expecting big things. I mean, like I said, this is not just about our team, it's about our city, and it's just, you could feel the excitement, and we're going to need it tonight. The amount of energy, pride we get from, our fans, this city, it's something that I don't really think they know the impact that they have on our team. So, yeah, I've been looking forward to this game right when the game ended, Game 5 ended, that this is going to be exciting. Of course, it's a big one. Season's on the line again tonight, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Brady, after Game 4, you pointed to the ice and said, "We'll be back." How does it feel to deliver on that promise right now?
Yeah, well, I think the fans deserved another game for all the energy that they've had, not just playoffs, but the last 8 years, sticking with us and sticking with the lows and the tough times. And it doesn't mean anything if we don't come out and play the way we need to. So I know we're confident. The big thing is the belief we have in each other. That's just something that we've had every game this series. That it's a new opportunity, new game tonight, and something that it's all about trust, resilience, and belief in one another, and that's all we can control. And that's our kind of just focus going into tonight.
Each year you've also continued to get better in a lot of aspects of your game. Have you played your best hockey yet?
Individually or collectively?
Collectively as a team, do you think you've had your best game?
No, I don't think so. I think we've definitely shown a lot of times the way we need to play, and I thought last game we were kind of getting back to our A game, but I think the messaging has kind of been all season. There's no chance that we're ever going to be complacent with where our game's at, and we always want more. For myself individually, and as a team and collectively, we know we have better. We know we have more, and just looking to put in a 60-minute effort tonight, and starts with having a good first shift.
What's it going to take to drag this back to Toronto in terms of on the ice? What do you guys have to do tonight?
Well, just kind of have that same mindset of, it's win or go home. So nothing else to save it for. Just kind of our messaging the last couple of games is just leave absolutely everything you have out there, physically, mentally, emotionally, and the game usually takes care of itself in that way. But expecting a huge response out of those guys tonight. So expect it to be a great hockey game, great energy, great atmosphere, and for us it's just leave it all out there and see what happens.
Brady, how do you deal with the pressure in moments like this?
I don't think there's really any pressure. For us, it's if you lose, you go home. So there's nothing really, no pressure on us, no pressure on, no pressure on us. We're just going to go out there, play, give absolutely everything we have. That's all you can control. As an individual, is know that after the game you can look yourself in the mirror and know you left everything out there. So I think that's just going to be our mindset and our attitude, and I don't think that's going to change.
Do you think the Leafs are facing pressure?
I don't know. I'm not in their locker room, so all I care about is the guys over there in our room and our attitude, mindset, and focus. So over there, that's not in the room, so I have no idea what their discussions, their confidence levels at. So all I care about is our mindset and attitude going into tonight.
Brady, does this group have extra confidence after seeing the performance Venus put up in Game 5?
He's been great for us all year. He made some great saves at the right time, and for us, it's our job to make life on him as easy as possible, whether it's blocking shots or those second or third chances that we're good body position in front where they don't get as quality of chances as they want. So, but we've always had the utmost confidence, belief in our goalies, and especially Ollie, who's been playing amazing for us all year, and it's kind of put us in this position that we're at right now.
What have you learned about the playoff roller coaster? You're 5 games into your playoff career.
It's definitely a roller coaster. Each game brings its lessons, challenges, opportunities to grow and learn, and things that you like about your game. But for us, I think we've done a good job that every game's a new game. It honestly doesn't matter what's happened the previous 5 games. It's just all about being ready to go to battle tonight and put a good effort to see what happens. And of course, it's all about confidence, belief, and I think we have that in our room.
Brady, you talked about at one time you were dealing with some bumps and bruises. Are you
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to change much about my game. I think, I mean, you never know what's entailed for tomorrow. So just got to take advantage of what you have today. And, for me, my mindset every game this series has just been leave it all out there, try to, give 110% and do whatever it takes to win. And it's going to be the same mindset tonight.
What do you guys do well against the Matthews line?
What's that?
What do you guys do well against the Matthews line to keep them off the board?
We just made life hard on them. Just got to be a tough line if we're going to play against them tonight. Just got to be a hard line to play against and always be above them and just make life tough. I think, especially against, Austin, who's, my opinion, one of the best players in the world, that just got to make life tough on him and his whole line and just they're going to get chances that they have to earn them.
I don't think so. Why would we, right? They're done a good job of narrowing our focus on one game, and that's what we'll do tonight again. We're going to try and come out as hard as we can, bring the crowd on our side as like the energy. We know how much energy we'll get from them, so it's an exciting game.
I've asked this a couple times today. You guys have gotten better each game.
Yeah.
Do you think you've played your best hockey yet in this series as for the Ottawa Senators?
Well, you try and get better every single game. We're going to try and clean up some more details every time. That's kind of the beauty of playing the same team over and over again. There's always things you can look at from the first game to now game 6. I do think we can kind of keep upping our level.
Are there any differences in a game when as the series goes later?
Sorry, I didn't. What'd you say?
Are there any differences in a series as the games go later on that you've experienced in the past?
Well, you hope that the investment that you've been doing the whole time starts to pay off, whatever it is. We have keys on our side. They have keys on their side that they tried to do. And, that's kind of what longer series end up happening.
As part of that investment, maybe the physical play
Yeah.
that you guys have had through 5 games?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure. Trying to get on the forecheck, being sticky in there, having good sticks, forcing them to make maybe a play they're not comfortable to make. And, that's for sure an emphasis on our side. I'm sure it is on their side. And you always have things like that you target, and it's one of them for sure on our side.
Before this series started, you talked about how the young players need to write their own story. You can only
Yeah.
give them so much guidance. What would you call the first chapter of this story?
Well, we found a way to just, when we were kind of down and out, we found a way to stay alive, and I think that's a big one. My first playoff experience, we lost 4 in a row, and I don't know, like I said this before the series, you're not in the NHL until you play in the playoffs, but maybe until you win your first game also is a big step. And I think you can see the growth from game to game so far, and we're going to try and do it again tonight.
What kind of stories have been for Jake Sanderson from when you were sitting, played more than any other player?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think he's getting more and more aggressive as it goes. He's himself out there every game, but I think he's becoming comfortable, and obviously it's a heck of a situation to be in. First guy out there in any situation. First PK, first power play. I think he's learned from game to game as well himself. He's one of the top players in the NHL for a reason, and he's gonna be for a long time.
What's it like as a, you go ahead, Kyle.
I was just saying, what's it like as a teammate watching a young player go through?
Yeah, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In such a short
Oh,
period
it's
of time.
awesome. It's crazy. I don't know how he does it. I always tell him he's underpaid and things like that. So, it's a great situation for the Sens to have him locked in for a long time. And the good thing with him, he's not satisfied. He tries to get better every single day, and you can tell.
Sorry for the obvious question, but when you say when you're not really in the NHL till you make the playoffs, what do you mean by that?
Well, I think you see how different the hockey is. And not only that, it feels like the regular season is 6 months ago in a way. I don't know if it feels like that for you guys, but it shows you why you play the regular season and how hard it is to win the Stanley Cup. To me, that's why it's the hardest trophy, because it's 82 games just trying to get to the dance, and when you do it, it gets harder from there for another 2 months. That's why I say that. Ben, c'est un peu de tout. C'est sûr qu'on est de plus en plus confortable. On essaie de grandir de match en match. Je pense que les gars, les jeunes ont fait un bon travail de ça. Les entraîneurs aussi, de trouver le moyen de trouver les petits détails qu'on peut améliorer à tous les matchs. On va continuer de même.
Comment aussi on peut parler du dosage, de la physicalité, peut-être un peu trop en
en début, puis là maintenant, est-ce que c'est juste que vous avez trouvé la...
Non, mais ça se passe comme ça se passe. À un moment donné, tu peux pas, après chaque match, virer fou d'un bord ou de l'autre. Je crois qu'on a fait un bon travail, effectivement, de contrôler nos émotions un petit peu mieux. Par contre, le niveau de physicalité en début de série, je pense, c'est across the board dans toute la Ligue nationale. Il y a une raison à ça. Tu essaies d'investir de bonheur pour que ça ait des fruits plus tard qui sortent. Puis souvent, les fruits, c'est match numéro 6, match numéro 7. Ça dépend. Toutes les séries sont différentes. Mais c'est le but de la physicalité de tous les joueurs, je pense. Ouais. C'est exceptionnel. Oui, c'est exceptionnel. Tu sais, premier joueur en avantage numérique qui sort du banc, premier des avantages numériques, joue contre les meilleurs joueurs de l'autre bord à 5 contre 5, 4 contre 4. C'est exceptionnel ce qu'il fait. Je le trouve de plus en plus agressif, plus que les matchs il joue. Il devient de plus en plus confortable lui-même. C'est un de nos meilleurs joueurs pour une raison, puis il va l'être dans la Ligue nationale.
Avez-vous l'impression que vous pouvez marquer une page d'histoire pour vous autres? Comment c'est excitant pour vous autres d'écrire votre propre histoire également?
Oui, on pense pas vraiment à la page d'histoire encore. On essaie de gagner un match. Rendre notre niveau de concentration le plus narrow possible, le plus petit possible. On n'essaie pas de regarder ce qui se passe à l'extérieur de nous autres mêmes. Par contre, en jouant notre hockey, en jouant de la bonne façon, en gagnant des matchs de plus en plus, on essaie d'augmenter la pression de l'autre côté.
Qu'est-ce qui est la clé pour forcer un match numéro 7? Il va y avoir beaucoup d'émotions.
Sortir fort, avec beaucoup de contrôle d'émotion. Je pense plus qu'on avance dans le match, plus qu'on s'améliore, tant aussi longtemps que le match reste serré. Je pense que ça peut tourner en notre faveur, le fait le niveau de physique qu'on essaie d'amener depuis le début des séries aussi.
Est-ce que cette équipe-là te fait penser à des équipes de jouer dans le passé, d'autres compétitions de maturité?
Non, par contre, chaque fois que c'est difficile, c'est trop difficile de comparer d'équipe en équipe, mais tu vois à chaque victoire de toutes les équipes dans la Ligue nationale, la croyance de pouvoir gagner augmente de plus en plus. La croyance en la structure d'équipe, les détails de l'équipe, c'est incroyable le feeling quand tu gagnes une victoire.
Travis, as a coach, how do you help the players deal with pressure, or is that do you see as something that as each individual kind of has to figure it out themselves?
Yeah, I mean, each player does deal with it themselves, but I think, you always talk about pressure in the playoffs, and, I think certain players like pressure and don't really look at it like pressure. I think our team's enjoying themselves. They're excited to play. They're enjoying the so-called pressure that you call it, but that's a good thing. I think our guys like it.
In what area do you feel your group's taken the biggest stride from game 1 to game 6 here?
I think a lot of areas. The comfortability of playing hockey, playoff hockey. The importance of certain parts of the ice, things you talk about all year that get magnified during playoff hockey. And you grow up watching playoff hockey, but until you play it, you don't really know where that intensity level gets to until you actually go through it. So probably if you had to ask me one area, it would be the intensity part of it.
Coach, can we talk about the elephant in the room? Linus Ullmark was really good in Game 5. How good does he have to be tonight?
Yeah, like I said, after Game 1, there isn't an elephant in our room. But, he's going to be great tonight. I have no doubt. He's been great for us all year. He's steadily improved as the playoffs have gone on. I've kind of seen this in his game during the season, and got a lot of confidence in him. And obviously, you get toward the end of any series, goaltending's a big part of it.
Travis, Jake Sanderson's obviously one of your top players, and he's a young guy. But is there any limit to how much you want to play him in a game, or when you get into these ones, is it basically get him out there as much as he can handle?
Yeah, I mean, there's a limit. He's not going to play the whole game, even though you wish he could. But yeah, we have a real comfort level with all our pairings, and yet when you have a player like that, you want to put him on the ice as much as you can. I think, what's his sweet spot? 23 to 25 minutes, but he's shown that he can play more if need be, and Bomber's done a great job managing it.
Travis, have you noticed any difference in the mood in your locker room prior to Game 4 when you guys were down 3-0 and now up or down just 3-2?
A little bit, probably a little more confidence, a little more, like I said, feeling comfortable in playoff hockey. But I'd say a little more confident and belief.
Hey, Travis, do you guys think you've played your best hockey yet in this series?
Man, hard question. Playoff hockey, it's what you think is your best game sometimes doesn't always get there because of the way playoff hockey is. I think we've come close. I don't think we've quite got there. We have talked about, during the playoffs, how every game you've almost got to raise your game as the series goes on. And I think we're going to need to raise our game tonight. We're gonna get the best out of Toronto tonight, and we're going to have to bring our best to the table as well.
Travis, why do you think people still believe in you guys, even when you were 0-3 in the series?
Sorry?
Why do you think people still believe in you guys?
Well, I'm glad they do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. At least there's one guy that does. I think, we've shown that we can beat teams all year. We've played well. When we've played well, we've beaten top teams. There's belief in our room. I know that, we are the underdogs, but we've shown, throughout this series, it's been a tight series. There's been a lot of games that can go either way. And, like I said, inner belief and confidence is a big thing when it goes towards winning, and our team has that.
Travis, some of your players have said they watched the documentary of the 2004 Red Sox. Have you watched it, and what did you take from it?
Well, talked about this yesterday, and no, I haven't watched it. By the sounds of it, I should. And I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I do remember it. But that's about all I know about. I can say about it.
I know I asked this question a little earlier in the series, but knowing that you've leaned into the series as the underdog, and yes, there is going to be some pressure, but knowing that you're not the favorite, how has that affected your approach to this series mentally? Obviously not with your routine changing, but just how you've approached it.
It hasn't. I don't think it's changed at all. There's always one team that people think should win a series over another, and when you have wild card teams, that's usually the way it is. But that hasn't changed what we've talked about within our room at all.